Abduction, Chapter 10, Part 1. Echo talked me into taking a bus instead of driving to our next destination, the home of Bogdan Lomachenko and Tatiana Antonova. According to the report of Ivanovna, the people we were about to visit had been abducted by aliens. No evidence was presented to us that this couple had been taken by aliens into a spaceship. Knowing what I know about alien spacecraft, I had to believe these people. I understood how terrified they must be having people not believe their story. Personally, I have no problem telling anyone about what happened to Echo and me in Belarus. It was a terrifying experience, and that will forever be etched into my memory. The only issue was, I was afraid people would think I was a lunatic if I said anything. We made arrangements to meet Bogdan and Tyre at their home around mid-afternoon. I suggested someplace outside of their home, but they insisted that we come to where they lived. I guess the chance of being overheard and ridiculed was too great. The city of Lutsk is not large, but is a good-sized city nonetheless, so traveling by bus gave me a chance to view the city from a local's perspective. Despite the bus being old and you felt the road through the floorboard, I tried to enjoy the ride. My thoughts, however, wandered back to the day before. I had so many questions about what had happened. None of them had an answer. Even Echo seemed lost in thought as we barely spoke during the trip to the other side of the city. The moment we got off the bus, I was stunned by the beautiful architecture. There was something about old European buildings that enthralled me. The old Soviet buildings were not much to behold, but the other architecture was a treat for my eyes. It uplifted my spirits, which is something I needed to get through the interview with this couple. As we walked down the street, something didn't seem right. I don't know if Echo felt it or not. The little voice in my head told me to be cautious. The warning had nothing to do with the couple we were about to visit, but something more dangerous. I felt like we were being watched as we made our way toward the apartments. I casually scanned in front of us and let my gaze wander to the left and then to the right, like I was looking at the splendid buildings. "Something wrong?" asked Echo. "I'm not sure," I replied. "I don't see anything out of the ordinary, and it may be just a case of nerves. We're about to be people who claim we were abducted by aliens. We have come to face with alien creatures, so I can only imagine what it would be like to be held captive by them. Then come back and remember the horrible nightmare is a terrifying thought." "You and I lived through a nightmare," said Echo. "We have a story to tell too." "I know what you're saying, but it's not the same," I muttered. "We were able to stay on Earth, but imagine what it must have been like for these people, to be spirited away in a craft not made by human hands, and to have experiments done on you without your consent. That should terrify anyone." Echo paused and moved closer to me to grasp my hand. She gave a slight shudder. It was as if she was reliving the terrifying moment that she was trapped inside the old village house once again. Couldn't blame her if she remembered that place and time when she didn't know if she would live or die. "The difference is slight, Richard," muttered Echo. "I can still picture those horrifying creatures in my mind. I know you do as well. There's nothing we can do about those memories. We can only go on with our lives." I gave Echo's hand a squeeze and kept my eyes scanning in front of us as we got closer to the apartment building. The odd feeling left as fast as it came. Echo and I entered the building without fanfare. A young man and woman just left after we entered. I thought they looked familiar, but they went past us and out the door before I could get a good look at them. As we entered the elevator and started to ascend, I remembered where I had seen them. They were at the sporting club the day I was there. It was a case of being paranoid after what I felt while out on the street. The elevator door opened on the 10th floor. I exited first in case something strange were to happen. Nothing did. I expected something, but the hallway was void of people. Echo exited shortly after I did and grasped my hand. I took this as a sign that she was still feeling uneasy. I had to admit to myself there was something eerie going on. It may be my hyperactive creative mind, but I never had the feeling of eyes watching you every step. It was making my skin crawl. If I had an EMF detector with me, I would be looking for the source of something paranormal. I knew where it was coming from, though. It was coming from Bogdan Lomachenko and Tatiana Antonova's apartment.